If you want an early harvest in your garden, you need to start planting some snap peas, just like these beautiful Sweet Ann peas right here, guys. You know, it is the last part of May here. Tomatoes, peppers, things like that are still a month or more away from the first harvest, but just look at the abundance you can get from planting just a handful of little pea seeds, okay? Now, these are just some repurposed tomato trellises, you know, little tomato cage, whatever. And here at the bottom, planted a handful of seeds on each one, and they just kind of supported themselves and vined up, producing pods all along the way. So my first tip for getting your peas out is getting them as early as you can possibly get the soil worked. Okay, peas do not like to germinate in hot weather, and they will not do well. Now, we've had a tremendous amount of rain here lately, so the ground has been very saturated, and peas need that as well. They do not like the hot, especially dried out soil. That will stress them out. It will actually diminish the flavor and sweetness of the pods. So that's tip number one. Plant it in the cool season and make sure they have adequate water. Now look at this guy right here, guys. Now this is about the perfect size to pick your snap peas. Okay, now this, break it off just like that. Now you don't want to eat the stem part right here, but the whole pod is edible. It's delicious. Nice and sweet, juicy, crispy. Also, harvest early in the morning when it's nice and cool outside. Like I said, we just had some nice heavy rain last night, so these plants are lush and doing fantastic. So you do not want to harvest these in the middle of the day where it's hot and sunny like that, because like I mentioned, it's just not going to be the best time. So if you really need to, or you can't in the morning, maybe wait until the evening time. So like I mentioned, you can eat this entire pod, but once the peas get to about this size right here, the pod's going to start getting tougher. Okay, it's going to get tougher and it's going to be harder to eat. So what I'd like to do at this point, I'll still harvest it, but you kind of just open it up and you can take the peas out and eat them one at a time, just as a nice little snack. So let me show you that right here. Now right here, these little nice soft immature peas like this, they pop out just easily right here. Use those in your mouth too. They're super sweet, super light and delicate. I know some people don't like eating peas out of a can, and they can be kind of a texture issue or a flavor, but I promise you guys, growing and harvesting your own peas is absolutely worthwhile. So another reason to grow peas, like any other legume, they will help fix nitrogen to your soil. So you can use it as a, basically a cover crop. So you're improving your soil right here. At the same time, you're getting beautiful harvest. One other thing you can do, and I noticed this, started doing this actually this past year, where I do sell produce to restaurants and things like that, in case you didn't know, here at the Hillside Gardens. But these right here, guys, these are pea shoots, okay? You can also harvest the pea shoots just the same as you can the actual peas. So just kind of break it off like this, eat it. Now you want to get the most tender parts. I was probably a little bit more past its prime, but let's find a better one here, like this right here, guys. Very nice, very delicate and gentle, right? You can eat the leaf, the stem, everything. It tastes just like a pea. That's good for garnishing a salad, or just kind of adding it to smoothies, or whatever you want to do to kind of get that boost of nutrition into your diet. Man, I mean, just look how covered this is, guys. Everywhere you look on these plants, it is just loaded down with pods. Now, you don't need a lot of space. You can do this in a container. Peas do great in, like I mentioned, and if you're not, space challenged, you don't have a lot, they actually do like to vine, so you can put them in like just a stake or like this old tomato cage. It's gonna be amazing, right? It's gonna vine up. It's gonna give you a nice abundant harvest months before you get any of the real, hot summertime crops. And that being said, once it does start getting warm out, start getting really hot, depending where you're from, just cut these guys out. I like to leave the roots in, so I'll just cut them off at the base, and then you can just plant on top of it. Add some compost, maybe kind of replenish the soil a little bit. The peas are not really that heavy of a feeder in my experience. And as a note on the fertilizer, you don't want to heavily fertilize these guys. I have actually added no fertilizer. This is just straight compost and my nice garden soil. Right here is a nice, I believe that's a cantaloupe. I think it's a cantaloupe. It's already kind of got some blooms on it. But yeah, so this soil here is nice and rich, and that's all you need. Like I mentioned, don't add any kind of fertilizer. If you add a bunch of nitrogen, you're going to get a lot of lush growth, maybe not as many pods. And that's what we want, guys. We want the nice, delicious pods. And here's one a little bit past its prime. I might actually let this one go and save it for seeds. That brings me to another point. Peas are an easy plant to save seeds from, right? This couldn't be simpler. The seeds are large. You just need to let the pods completely turn yellow and dry on the plant, okay? And then at that point, you harvest them, put them in a glass jar, something like that, so they stay nice and fresh. Keep them in a cool, dry, stored area, and they'll last. Plant them again and again and again. I've had no trouble. Now, these are the Sweet Ann varieties, okay? They're delicious. They are one of my favorite peas that I've found to grow. They actually do well in my climate here, zone 7. Maybe there's something else that works better in your climate. So if there is, leave a little comment down below. Let me know what you're growing in your garden, what peas work best for you, where you're from. We can share that information with everybody in the plant community. So hopefully this is a little helpful, guys. Hopefully a little inspiration for you to get out and plant some peas. I mean, what else could be more beautiful than out here in the early sunrise, nice cool weather, harvesting nice snap peas for your breakfast, right? What could be better? Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.